So meet Queen Camilla. Interesting face. I was fascinated. Never really looked at her. I think a lot of people have some negative attitudes about her. Whatever. That's everybody's opinion. But she's she's got a lot going on. She's lived an interesting life. And we're going to walk you through what that means. There are 9 face shapes. She's a combination between 2 different faces. She's got a lot of bucket quality. So she's kind of narrower here and gets bigger at the top. Bucket faces, we live to think. We enjoy the process of thinking. We tend to overthink. We like a pat on the back. So she's probably not got a lot of pats on her back in her life, which is going to show up here in some of the things we're going to diagnose. She also has a little bit of an iron quality. As she's gotten older, she's gotten more square. The iron face, they're strong, they're stable, they're stubborn. I think it's a trait that she had to develop given her history in this world. Now, one of the things I always like to do is look at that right-left eye. The right eye is what we show to the world. It's our public persona. It's our mother's influence. The left is our true inner private self, and it's our father's influence. When you cover up that left eye and look at what she shows to the world, it's almost always a very positive thing. In her case, it is not. She is absolutely sad. It almost looked like she wants to burst into tears right now. However, when we cover up the opposite side, she's ticked off. She's angry. Read into that what you want. I think it's probably an earned condition with what's going on. But let's look at some other things. Her eyebrows, they're kind of sparse. This indicates someone that's very timid, very sensitive, but she also likes discipline and order. Interesting combination, but they tend to get really high strung under pressure. I think she's been put under a lot of pressure. We'll explain why I think that here in a bit. Her eyebrows are also very low set, which is a sign she's very willing to help others. And they're also unequal heights. So this indicates she's somewhat moody, somewhat sensitive, and probably had a poor relationship with a parent or a step-parent when we see that unequal height situation. Her lips, you can't look at this and not notice these deep lines that are going into the lips. These indicate holding on to past hurts. And I think she had to hold on to every hurt, because I think the arrows that were slung at this lady were vicious and unrelenting. And she's really had to just tuck it in, because she was in that world where she just couldn't really show who she was in real life, in my opinion. Also, there's a little bit of a wavy line between her lips. Straight line means a straight talker. A wavy line is someone who doesn't tell the truth. I don't see that as the situation here. I think she's wanted to say a lot of things and just chose not to, which is almost like lying, because she's kind of lying to herself. She is not letting out who she really is. You really don't see or hear much about her other than she's always standing on the side of now King Charles. So I don't think she's a liar, but I do think she's kind of held it in and not spoken the truth because she just didn't feel it was proper to do so. Also, there's an interesting straight line. This area is called the filtrum. It's between the top lip and the bottom of your nose, the filtrum. And that straight line, you'll see this a lot in the menopausal female. In acupuncture, there are these lines that float around. They're called meridians. And the one that goes right down the middle of us is called the conception vessel. So this is about conceiving. So when you see a line there, it's a sign that there's a block in the conception vessel. Her ability to conceive is no longer there. However, this is also about creativity. Let's go that word instead of creation. Obviously, it's about creating life, but when it comes to about pregnancy and conception, that kind of thing. But I think there's been a block in her creativity. I think she would have liked to have done a number of things and just whether was forced to or chose not to, and she's really blocked her creativity. This is going to affect her memory. It's a sign that I'm not comfortable with. I'd have to have a better look at her iris. There's things you can tell if there's some cognitive decline coming our way. She's got a very strong constitution looking at her iris, but again, I think there is some creativity that wasn't explored the way it should have been. Her cheeks are very flat, which is a sign that she resists authority. It can be moody, but she likes to avoid conflict. When you see these flat cheeks, this is all about avoiding conflict. Health-wise, underneath your eyes, there's some kidney deficiency. Kidney governs bones, so she's going to have some joint pains, going to have some low back pain, frequent urination, nighttime urination is common. There's definitely some adrenal involvement, way too much stress in this gal's life. Got some lung weakness, a little bit of oxygen debt, and then she's got some liver lines up here. So that is Queen Camilla. It's the first time I've ever spoken those words about this lady. Tough life. Let's give her some grace. Hope you enjoyed. Have you enjoyed the faces we've diagnosed thus far? Do you have someone you'd like to see diagnosed? Put it in the comments and it just might happen. Hope you enjoy.